Hey guys, Dan D here from musicmarketing.ca, and this is a video on real guitar by Musiclab. And as you can see here, I have the acoustic nylon picked opened up, and let me just quickly go through a few things here. So there's a volume section, there's a mixer section. The middle section is the sounds, and over here you can see on the right there's a few things here: strum, release time. The middle is the guitar itself. That's what it sounds like. On the bottom, in the gray section, I have a whole bunch of parameters here, which consist of basically slides, up and down, bends, reverse bends, velocity mutes, hammering, slides, and it's just basically effect switches, as well as velocity curves and whatnot. Also, 5 categories here, so you can change between solo, harmony, chords, and bass picks. Well, that was a really quick overview of the interface. I will go through it more thoroughly in a different video. In this video, we are going to find out how well does real guitar fit in a track. So I'm just going to highlight a section here and show you what real guitar sounds like with no effects. So this is real guitar, selected on nylon acoustic picked. Right now I have the hammer on. I'm going to switch to slide. Listen to the difference there. Let's put it back to hammer. Okay, so that was that section. Let me show you in the mix. So you can see it's really clean. I'm just going to add a few effects if you want to try them out. Here are my settings for my compressor. Threshold -17, ratio 6:1, gain 6, +6, attack is fast, release is hard, medium, and type is hard. This is my delay. It's a subtle delay. I also have reverb. I'm also going to add reverb here. Stereo separation, big room, and a very short decay. So check it out. Okay, so that's by itself, and here is in the mix in the same spot. So you've noticed that I didn't use EQ because it's really clean right off the bat. So that was real guitar nylon picked. There's also other ones here. Let me switch to steel picked. Now they sound incredibly real, hence the name real guitar. And this one is steel picked. So there's a whole bunch of other ones here. I'm just going to show you the 12 string. Now this one's really cool. This one sounds really real. So I'm just going to switch to slide. Listen to the difference. So keep that sound in mind. We're going to move on to Musiclab's real LPC, and this is what it sounds like without any effects. So as you can see, the interface looks a little different here. Sort of the same setup. The fretboard is in the middle, as well as the mixer is on the right, and the volume faders are on the left hand side. The effects switches are still in the bottom, velocity curve is still in the bottom, and the 5 categories are just below the fretboard. And so this one comes with a whole bunch of other effects now. As you can see in that drop down menu, there's a lot more. Again, I'm not going to go through that. Let me just show you now the pattern and the velocity here. Okay, so pay attention to the velocity and notice that there are bridge mutes. Here's a pinch, harmonic pinch. Let me show you the difference here. So with a few changes in my effects switches, depending on what velocity my notes are at, it may be a bridge mute note, it might be a regular note, or it might be a pinch harmonic if it's if the velocity is really high up there. And I think you've also noticed that there are bends happening, and that's just done with my MIDI controller pitch bend. And here is the MIDI information showing so. So that's what it sounds like with no effects. Now I'm going to show you my effects chain for this one. I have a compressor here. I have a reverb, and I also have a guitar rig on this. So now it turns into a sound that's a little bit more familiar as well suitable for the track. So in my guitar rig I have distortion, I have another compressor, and I have more reverb. Okay, so let's see what it sounds like in the mix now. So as you can hear, the real guitar and real LPC sound very, very clean. Now this is something that us audio engineers aren't really used to yet, because we record through microphones and DIs and speaker cabinets, and we get all this dirtiness that give the guitars a little bit more personality, whereas having it in a VST is very super clean, and which makes it a good thing for those hip-hop producers, those dance producers, those beat bakers, if you want to call them. But I think sooner or later everyone will be using this, because it's really easy to get a good sounding guitar, whether it be electric or acoustic or classical, and it fits in the mix with no EQ. You can hear in the background I have plenty of things happening, and it sounds fine with just a bit of compression and reverb. Well, that is my review on Musiclab's real guitar and LPC.